What's going on? You are joining me for another video. Quick little pit stop. So we're on our way to Bournemouth. We're meeting with our coach. When I say we, I mean me and Hannah. So yeah, we're going to meet with our coach. Yeah man, just spending the weekend down by the coast. So should be fun. Meals are all... Anyway, meals are all done. First two meals have already gone down. So I had potatoes, chicken, beetroot. That was the first meal. Second meal, I had like a burrito, like a homemade burrito. Rice, beef, 5% beef, cheese, egg. Yeah, and a tortilla wrap. And that was it, man. Like a large tortilla wrap, but it wasn't that large, man. It was kind of shit. Couldn't get the rice in the wrap. So, kind of done the wrap with everything else and then put the wrap on top of the rice. So, yeah. But I've got that meal again, so I'm going to have that in about an hour. Have that around 5 o'clock. And that'll be my pre-meal. Post-workout, I have pumpkin and oat pancakes with honey and some protein. And then oats, dates, and protein. And I'll probably add some berries in there. So yes, been a long drive, man. Been a long drive, got stuck in a decent amount of traffic, but
you were asleep.
It was still a long drive. It was still a long drive. Anyway.
And disclaimer, we don't usually get Starbucks.
No,
this
we
is like
don't.
The first Starbucks of prep.
Yeah, first Starbucks of prep, but every so often, especially if we're making like these long trips, almond milk and sugar-free caramel syrup. So it's not the worst. If we're counting, and it's a medium. If we're counting the almond milk, the calories probably like 45, 40. About that. Yeah, about
I feel
that.
like once in a while. On our first prep, we had it like every day. But on my first prep.
Yeah, we got quite addicted, but that's when you're like looking for like vices and things to help you like cope with like hunger and whatnot instead of just riding it out. But it's something that comes with experience. So, you know, can't go too hard on yourself. Everything's always a lesson, isn't it? You evaluate or reevaluate, assess, reevaluate, or evaluate, assess. I don't know. You figure that shit out and then you move on and you don't do it again. You learn your lessons. Anyway, I'll check in with you with the third meal. After that will probably be when we get to the Airbnb. So yeah, things I said about, we've got 2 hours left. So fun. Okay, so it's 5 to 5. No, it's 5 o'clock by my Apple Watch. So yeah, time for that second burrito and rice. So here it is. I'll just like pan down. So yeah, see that alright? Yeah, it doesn't look like anything special, but the first one was like really nice. So gonna get this in. I think we're an hour away. Yeah, 57 minutes. Should have been there a lot sooner, but traffic. So you know how it goes. Get this meal in, chill for about an hour once we get in, maybe half hour to an hour. Yeah, go gym. Okay, so this is the place. Hannah coming out of the bathroom. But yeah, I like places like this. Nice and compact, sleek, neat. Yeah, this is literally it. There's like a little study in here. So yeah, it's nice. Bathroom. Right time. Going to chillax for about, time is getting on, I can't even really chill for that long. Get everything unpacked, get ready for the gym. Today it is push, going to a gym called BBL gym. I can't remember what that stands for, but yeah, BBL gym. So that actually just makes me think of BBL, it's like Brazilian butt That was 20 reps. This machine's actually quite light, which is why I was able to do 20 reps. So I'll aim for the same again. And then they've got a similar chest press to the one that's my favourite one that I was calling Bay. Don't know if you remember. One more set of this, then we'll jump onto that. I'm kind of tempted to just do one set on here, and then maybe do three reps, 3 sets on that incline. But no, I'll do one more set on here, and then two sets over there. You know, another incline, then we'll move on to shoulders. But yeah, good contraction, real good contraction, especially with how I've got the pad rested on my forearms. And as I bring my chest in, I'm trying to stick out my chest and squeeze as hard as I can, and hold for about a second as well, whilst keeping my shoulders relaxed. That way I'm feeling everything in my chest. So, handy tip. On to the next one. incline now. Last chest exercise. I'm being very ambitious with this weight. Not that I haven't pressed this weight before, but I'm not used to this machine. My chest is pretty exhausted as it is. Even though that pec fly was lighter, you know, with the added reps, it still does something, you know, still fatigues. So, and plus that humbler over there, incline chest press. Let's see how we get on with this, man. Let's see, a bit awkward to get into. Gee, that is heavy. Right. Wanted 6. Ideally you want to get 6. That was an effective set, but still 6 would have been better. I always aim to get 6 as a minimum. So I'm probably going to take 30 off each side and try to go for reps. Maybe go for 8 to 10. I want to try to get a decent amount of reps for the last one. So yeah, that'll be the plan. How we get on, that'll be another story. Again, not what I wanted, but good set. Good set. Shouldn't complain. It was good. Went to failure, which is what we want. So, shoulders now. We'll do a side raise, plate loaded side raise. Then we'll do a shoulder press. Then it's triceps and we're done. Not the biggest fan of this machine. Not the biggest fan. Fucking hell. I don't like that. I don't like that. This is my second set. I didn't record the first one. First one was 15 plates each side. This is just 10. But I don't like this machine. I don't like it. I don't like it. One more set anyway. I'll stick to 10 each side, and then it'll be a shoulder press. Get off me. Weird ass machine, man. Flipping heck. Hiya. Alright. One more set of this. And triceps, man. It's hard to fuck up triceps, so let's see. But everything can. It's weird, man. It's so weird. I shouldn't complain. Let me stop complaining. Some people enjoy this gym. Let me stop complaining. It's decent. Gains can be made here. It's just not to my liking. That's all. It's not to my liking at all. But it's not a bad gym. It is not bad. Done. Alright, so a very rare physique update. See how we're looking. Getting there. Getting there slowly. Suppose it needs work, but all in all, not too shabs, not too shabs. Alright, I got cardio, 25 minutes, so I will see you for my post-workout meal. Ta-ta! Right, we're back. So, pancakes. The oat pancakes? No, yeah, the oat and pumpkin pancakes. Pancakes, fucking hell. Right, so I'm gonna warm these bad boys up. The light is doing some crazy discotheque. But yeah, gonna warm these up. Make a protein paste. Yeah, put some honey on there. Then we're gonna finish our steps. Then I've got my oats. Then it is good night. So I'll check in with you guys in a bit. Post-workout vibes. So that's milk chocolate flavour, whey protein, does that as a paste, and then 20 grams of honey. So I'm gonna get this in and we're gonna go and walk. Just getting the steps in. Oh, you can see me. Oh, thought I was gonna be a background character, the unlockable one. But yeah, man, stinks of seaweed. Proper stinks of seaweed. But yeah, you can't see much. Ooh, hotel. Yeah, we'll look into it next time. But yeah, wow. You can see a bit of reflection. Yeah, bit of reflection. Do you want to walk on the inside, man? Oh yeah, we're gonna get a few steps in. I think I got 4K. I got 4K steps.
I think I've got like 12.
Let me put this away, man. Because this ground ain't the most even. I don't want to drop into this water with this DJI, man. Yeah, I don't want to fall in this water, God forbid. Touch wood. Catch you guys in a bit. You alright? What do you do?